Right, good morning. Right, today is shocker day. I'm going to replace the original shocks with the tech bike part ones and take it round to a friend to do it. I must admit, if I hadn't bought the parts before I got the bike, I'd probably be waiting longer, because the stock ones, we're just going 1 point up on the preload adjustment, actually felt alright at the speeds I was going. So if I hadn't bought them already, I think I'd have probably waited a bit, then probably got down the line further on. I'd probably thought about upgrading it. And I'm also having the 6mm preload spacers added to the forks. Right now, I know you can get adjustable ones. You can fit, I think it's a Yamaha R6 one fits in there, so that you have adjustments. But that is not what I'm trying to achieve with this bike. I'm trying to keep it dead simple. I don't want a load of dials and what have you. I want to do it fit and forget. And anyway, even if you get the adjustment ones, you know, you're going to fiddle around with it a couple of times and just leave it, so pointless. So I've got the 6mm spacers. You won't see any difference at all, but they'll be in there. I mean, and the other thing to report is much more information has been coming in on my YouTube channel about the cutting out problem. There's people all over the place reporting that these 21 Euro 5 bikes are just continuously cutting out. And the latest info is from someone who contacted me yesterday on my YouTube channel. I'll put a link down below and maybe a card up here if you want to read the comments. The latest info is that it's an ECU problem. So it might not be, I'm sure the grease on the relays doesn't help, which might be causing the intermittent stuff. But apparently the ECU is causing the bike to run too lean when you decelerate, and that's why it's cutting out. According to the dealer, who was passing on the info to the guy who bought one of these. And I saw a YouTube video this morning from a guy called Tbh Black, and he bought exactly one of these, and he's giving it back because it just keeps on cutting out, and he didn't have a good experience with Royal Enfield customer service. And I've got to say to Royal Enfield, you know, you really want to pull your finger out here. There's reports all over the place that there's a big fault with these, with cutting out. It's worldwide. There's obviously a problem, you know, somewhere in manufacturing, and you need to sort it out. It's your name on the tank, right? And we have heard nothing. And the customers, the poor saps who have bought these bikes, are having to all work it out for themselves and complain and all this. And what we need from Royal Enfield is information. We need an acknowledgement that there is a fault, first of all, and secondly, a time scale for when the fix is going to be applied. And from what I can see, it's, you know, a worldwide recall. They're saying, according to this dealer, they're saying it can't be fixed locally. The ECU has to be taken out and sent back to Royal Enfield, updated, and then sent out again, refitted to the bike, which implies that your bike's going to be lying around at the dealers for days again. So yeah, not happy, but the roads are still wet, so I'm not going out on a long run today. I'm just going to pop the bike round to the bloke, get him to fit the, as I say, the shockers and the preload spacers for the forks. And when it comes back, it'll look very different. This gold will have disappeared, which I actually quite like. And the shockers will be black with silver springs. Hi. Just doing a video on this new bike.
Don't blame you.
Yeah.
Lovely day, isn't it, after yesterday?
Beautiful, isn't it?
Gorgeous.
Good day for a motorcycle.
Yeah. Get out, make the most of it.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's just going into the garage to have new shock absorbers put on it.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Oh, there's a big fault with them though.
Yeah.
These ones this year, they're cutting out the whole time,
Oh, really?
and I've got it. So I'm just making a video moaning about it,
Oh, right.
about Royal Enfield.
Bless you. It's a stunning looking machine.
It is lovely, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I
love the look.
like my tractor.
Yeah.
I call it, yeah. This one's got about 130,000 on the clock, but my husband keeps saying, I'll change it for you. And I said, no, because I've got the dogs in and out.
Yeah.
And all sorts. But, yeah. It's like my old workhorse.
Yeah, sure.
Nice to see you anyway.
This is for YouTube.
Oh, right, okay.
Do you mind if I include you, or do you want me to cut you out?
Oh, I don't mind. It's whatever you
Oh,
like.
well, here you are. Here's who I've been speaking to. I can't even see you now because of the glass. Okay, that's the lady who owns an Airbnb around here. This is the parking for it. Where was I? I've forgotten. Anyway, I'm pretty pissed off. I want this bike repaired. I want a statement from Royal Enfield. Really, you must acknowledge what is going on and how it's going to be fixed, because it's just completely unacceptable to leave the poor saps who bought these bikes to sort it out for themselves. There's obviously a problem. You know, get on it. Whoever it is at Royal Enfield, pull your finger out your arse and get onto it, because this isn't good enough. Okay, I'll show you the bike when it comes back. Yeah, as I say, it's going to be black with the silver ring, and that will be black. You won't be able to notice any difference at all in the forks because the preload space has just been popped inside. And that's it. I'll come back when I get the bike back, which will probably be in a couple of hours or something. See you later. Okay, here she is. 3 hours later. And here are the Tech Bike part shocks. They're more adjustable than the last ones. He said it's on setting 4 down at the bottom. I said leave the preload. Apparently instructions say leave the preload on the softest. And as the springs bed in, you can start jacking them up. I'm happy with that. What do you think of the look? I think that looks great. I thought I was going to miss the gold bit, but I don't know. It's maintained the old school feel, which is what I want. Right, and dead simple. I mean, it looks dead simple. The other alternative would have been the Hagons, which look nice. And he's put the 6mm spacers under the caps here. He had to, you know, undo the bars and take them off to get access. I noticed it straight away, because the thing that I've been noticing was as the brakes slowly bed in, to begin with they're very skiddy and wooden, but they started to, you know, bed in, and I was getting a bit more feel in them. And as I was getting more feel in them, I was noticing the dive when I was braking. So that will have tightened things up a bit. I could tell straight away it's got rid of a lot of the dive. It just feels a bit tighter, you know, the front end. Much better. So there we go. This are the last Tech Bike Parts bits that are going on. I've got Tech Bike Parts, shockers, levers and pegs. Yeah, levers and pegs. That's the last of the Tech Bike Part bits. And the next mods I'm going to do to it are going to be engine rated, but I'm going to run it in first before I start messing around with the engine. And even then, the only mods I've got planned are the free flow air filter and new headers and pipes, but they're going to look much like that, except they're going to weigh a hell of a lot less, so I can lose, you know, quite a lot of weight like that, which, as I say, is a lot easier than losing weight myself. So there we go. I'm very pleased. That's what they look like. Go around the other side. And now the wait continues for news from Royal Enfield, and frankly, it can't come soon enough. Okay, the guy who did it, he said he loved it. He's a sports bike guy, and he was trying not to sound impressed. And he's going, God, it sounds great, doesn't it? It's lovely. He said, I brought it around the front here, it just feels nice. It does, honestly. Hello. I'm so pleased. Phew. Okay, right, see you later. And here's a couple of before and after photos if you want to pause and have a look.